All right, this is a beginner's guide for Google Forms. It's a Google form on how to make Google Forms. So why use Google Forms? You can use them for bell ringers to gather students' ideas before you teach a concept, preconceptions. You can make forms to use every day to check info and student responses. You can use the same form over and over by erasing data daily, weekly, and monthly. You can use it for exit tickets to check whether they develop some level of mastery on the concept you were teaching. You can easily convert this information to a graph to look at really quickly, or you can download it into Google Sheets, which is like Excel. It's the new worksheet. You can embed hyperlinks, pictures, simulations through Google Forms, collect student pictures or files you want them to upload, and you can easily see student answers and compare them side by side in Google Sheets. You can use it for quizzes and tests. Many times I will create practice quizzes for student mastery, or you can create real quizzes to test your students' level of mastery. You can collect data for student information, for student ideas, feelings, and topics, and students can create their own to survey on a topic. So, a beginner's guide. Let's make a bell ringer and an exit ticket. So our goals are to create a Google form to gather bell ringers and exit tickets, change the look of the form, and to show how to collect data from the form. So I'll go to my Google Drive, I'll hit New, hit More, and Google Forms. Open a new one up. Immediately I'd like to change the look of the form, so I can go here and have a bunch of different colors I can choose from, or you can choose some pre-selected pictures. Work and school are my favorites. There's illustrations and birthdays and parties. You can upload your own, but I tend to try to keep it fairly simple and just to look nice. So I'm going to go down here and I will pick the frog for biology. So I'll title the form. Since I'm in science, I will title it Daily Dendrites. And this is a form I'll use weekly to gather bell ringers, exit tickets, and just a general idea of how students mastered the concept. You can put a description here of what you want to do. My first question will always be what period they are in. You can change this to short answer, paragraph, multiple choice, check down, all these different things right here. For mine, it's just going to be multiple choice, and I'm going to put every period available by hitting the number and enter, and it goes straight down. I have multiple choice. Next, we're going to add one more question, and we want to know their student's last name. I always separate last and first names so we can easily use the data and organize our Google Sheets to see the information by period, by last name, and then by first name. Short answer. So I will be able to collect their period, their last name, their first name, and right here what I usually like to do is to add a new section. When you add a new section, they'll have to enter this stuff in before they go on. You can make these required questions by clicking on the field anywhere here and clicking this toggle button to make it required. So they have to enter this stuff in first before they go on to the next section. So I'll add a new section by selecting this equal button. I'll hit that, and right here's my new section. I'm going to title it Daily Dendrites again. So this is a whole new section, a whole new page to our Google Forms. So let's check to see how it's going to look. It's good to test these things out. So I'll hit this preview button up here, and this is what the students will see. This is required, period 1. Last name, first name, and hit next. And this is a whole new page right here. So that's as far as I've gotten so far. So I'll close this, go back to my Google Forms, back to my new section. So I like to make generic ones so I can adapt it to anything. So I'll hit the plus button, add a new question, Daily Dendrite, or just bell ringer. So this is the question I have at the very beginning of class that they need to answer immediately. I just changed it to short answer so they can put whatever they'd like. I'm going to make that required. I can add a new question, and maybe daily objective would be my next one. because I want to make sure they know the daily objective. And it's switched to paragraph. Mine are usually short, so I'll just put short answer and then add one more. You can ask them how, change the short answer, ask them how the lesson compared to the objective. And so, how did today's lesson, let's see, how did today's lesson accomplish our objective? And so it's kind of like an exit ticket. You can teach this as an exit ticket. It's a great way to use the first 5 to 7 minutes of class and the last 5 to 7 minutes of class. I'll have the students fill this out as soon as they come in, do our daily dendrite, fill these two first out immediately. If you'd like to, you can add another section here. And so you can write objective to make it 2 different ones. And then how did today's lesson, so this is kind of like our exit ticket. And then I like to add one more question here just to get a general idea on how the students understood the information. How well did you meet our objective? So we can rate it multiple choice and rate it 3, 2, and 1, where 3 would be I mastered it. I mastered today's lesson and I can teach other students. That's the top level. The second level would be I felt great about today's lesson. And then 1 is kind of like the poor choice, but I like to say developing. Developing. I need more time with this objective. And so often I will come down here, and I'll show you how to do this later, but embed a video down here that you can just put in a URL link on YouTube and just have them watch this so they can go back and redo the day's lesson through Google Forms. So we have our daily dendrite, multiple choice or period. This is very important, period, last name, first name. And then our daily dendrite, our bell ringer, daily objective, our objective here, and we put sections in here, and we'll show you how that looks here in a second. How did today's lesson accomplish our objective? That's a very important question right there. And then 3, 2, or 1, and this will give us a little graph we can look at and see if we're mostly in the 2s. We're going to have some 3s, a few 1s, but we want the majority of class to be in the 2 range. So you can take this and just put this into Google Classroom daily, weekly, however you want to do it. So click on Google Classroom, and we'll open up my next period class, Bio 5, and that should be one of my first, my most recent posts. I'll make an announcement, and if I click on here, I can easily find it and put it right here. See, it's untitled. I need to go back to my form, and since I titled it here, if I just click on here, then it titles it for me. Everything's saved, and then I can reuse this over and over and over and just erase the data weekly. So let's see what it looks like. We're going to preview it. So I'll hit the preview button right here, the I, and I'll just put in some quick data. Here's Smith, Johnny, next. Here's his answer. Here's the objective. Next. Here's how he accomplished his objective, and he mastered it. Submit. I'm going to submit another response for another student so you can see what it looks like. Same period. Here's our new student. First name, last name. Hit next. And this is what the students would be doing. They enter their bell ringer, daily objective, next. Today's lesson, this person felt great about today's lesson. Submit. And we'll do one more. Another student is filling this out. Next. Bell ringer. Daily objective. Next. And then this person answers the objective, and they're still developing. All right, submit. So we have 3 replies here. Let's see how to read this. We go back to our form. You see we have 3 responses. So we'll click on those. You get little, you have a summary and individual data. You can see what class, what period, last name, first name, daily dendrites. I don't use this that much. I do like to use this right here, this bar graph. It'll show you, kind of give you a summary of your day's class. But if you really want to look at their answers, if you scroll back to the top, there's create a spreadsheet. So I'll click on that. I'm going to create a new spreadsheet, hit create, and I'll open it up, and I have the period, last name, first name, their bell ringers, and I can easily go through and just kind of check to make sure they at least did it. And you can sort this data once you get a lot of periods, last names, and first names by clicking this little cell right here. You go to data, sort range, and I want to sort by period and last name. So I'm going to change this to B, add another column, change that to C, sort, and now I have all my periods, last names, first names, and I can get the whole week here. One thing I would recommend adding is going back and adding the day of the week, because that way you can do it all week. So we have period, last name, first name. I'm going to click on here and add one more, multiple choice, day of the week. I have my suggestions here, but we have a Wednesday, Thursday block. So here's my Monday, my Tuesday, my Wednesday/Thursday, and my Friday. So that way I can use this all week, and when I sort this, if I had that question before I gave it to him, that would appear right here, and I'd have Johnny Smith's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday answer all right in a row by using the data and sorting it and adding that extra, I guess it would be an E, day of the week, go Monday through Friday, and I have all Johnny's answers right here for the whole week. So I can easily check them. I can go back to my daily dendrite, click on responses. I can make it so I'm not accepting more responses. And at the end of the week, I can delete all responses, hit OK, start over, and use the same form every week. It's a very easy way to collect data in class. And I just close my Google Forms. This was a one-time take, so hopefully this helped you. Please review. I have another class. Thank you. Bye.